Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm just going to talk about a few tips and tricks on what you can do to save money and still eat good, healthy, nutritious food, and by that I mean fruits and vegetables. So a lot of people talk to me about how eating healthy can be expensive and unaffordable, but in reality it doesn't have to be. So these are just a couple of tips and tricks that I use to save money on my weekly shop, and this is just something I've learnt over the years and I'm hoping to share it with you. If you like this video, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media so you can stay updated on my other blog posts. So if you'd like to know how you can save money and still eat healthy, then keep watching and I hope you enjoy this video. So the first way you can save a lot of money on your shopping is by eating foods that are in season. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out what foods are in season, and there is only one simple trick to doing that, and that is to look for food that is the cheapest. So for example, in the UK, in the summertime, your fruits that are cheapest will be things like melons, strawberries, cherries, blueberries, all sorts of berries. So basically, it's super easy to find out what's in season. You don't need to be, a really clever nutritionist to figure it out. You don't even need Google, nothing. You just need to look for foods that are the cheapest. So for example, these cherries were £1. They're super cheap, and these strawberries were also £1. And these melons as well were like £1 each, and then the watermelon was like £3 or something like that. I'm going to show you a picture of my receipt in the end just so you can kind of see the breakdown of my shopping list, costs, and how I save money. So seasonal fruits is a definite. I, for one, never buy winter fruits in summer and summer fruits in winter. So for example, things like oranges, satsumas, kiwi, stuff like that, that's sweet and cheap in the winter time. I never buy in the summertime. So if you go to the shops now, you will see the most expensive fruits are things like oranges and satsumas and things like that. So the second thing I would definitely recommend is to eat foods that are local, and by that I mean eat fruits that are homegrown. And there's two ways you can do that. The first is to shop from farmers markets, and the second way to do it is by just looking at the produce you buy in superstores. So for example, this lettuce I've got is British lettuce. Most of the stuff I bought is locally grown. So this is also the kale that I got was British kale. Can you see it's a whopping 75 pence? And that's because it is locally grown. Local foods are always cheap. And then I've got the strawberries that I got are also local. My cherries are also local. Now sometimes you'll see something like farm stores, that means it's local, but double check, and you'll see at the bottom here, you'll see on every food packaging there is labeling on where it's from, so you can kind of see where it's from. So this is also local from the United Kingdom, and so are my tomatoes that I got locally grown, as you can see over here, and these were also really cheap. I got all these for £1.40. So you can kind of see what I mean by saying that you can save a lot of money by buying local food. This rocket salad is British. It was 50 pence only, and almost everything I've bought is local, and that's also a big reason why I saved a huge chunk on my bill. And you're doing yourself good, you're eating healthy, you're saving costs, and you're also helping the environment by not buying imported goods. The third tip I'm going to give you is actually a tip that my mum gave me, and I've tried and tested it, and I've tried it both ways, and trust me when I say my mum was right, she was right. So you guys are probably going to thank me for showing you this trick of mine, but you can save a ton of money doing this. And that is to buy fruits and vegetables that are not pre-packed. And by that I mean to buy them loose. So when you go to the stores, you have like pre-packed vegetables, and then you have, you know, the ones that are just laying out there in the basket, and you can get so much for such a cheap price. And literally, I will show you. So I got all these carrots, which I use for juicing, and I like to put them in my salads. I like to boil them up, and literally I eat a lot of carrots. And I got all of these carrots for 79 pence, and that's just because they're loose and they're not pre-packed, whereas in the packaged ones you get a lot less and for a lot more. So that's another way to save money. And then I also got all these bananas. I think they're about seven bananas, and I got these for also a whopping 98 pence. And actually these bananas I've got are a lot less to what I usually get in the week. So another thing that I buy that is not pre-packed are apples. And I find that it's better to buy apples this way because one, you get to actually choose, you know, all the good ones and the ones that you want. And two, I find that you can get a lot more value for the money that you're paying. So for example, pre-packed apples, you get them for maybe 4 for £2, and that's gonna be like, you know, really tiny apples, whereas with these I've got like really huge ones. And I've got 2 different ones. That's because I like green apples for my juicing, and I like red apples for eating. So that's just me, and I buy 2, but I bought the green apples. All of these were only for £1.41, and the red apples were for £2.10. And I've saved a lot of money doing it that way. I know it may not seem like much, but I've got so much more value for what I've paid. So that's another thing with buying food that is not pre-packed, because essentially you're not paying for the packaging and you get to choose the stuff that you actually want, and you save money. So it's a win-win for everyone. And then I also got all of these limes for £1.35. And literally I find that this is so cheap because the same thing that is packed in the nets is like you get 3 or 4 for almost £2, and it's just expensive. So you can save a lot of money by just buying loose fruits and vegetables, and that's that. So yeah, shop seasonal, shop local, where you can and when you can. Buy food that is not pre-packed. So those are my top 3 tips for saving money and eating healthy. And this is my weekly shop for one person, and literally it only cost me £18.91. And you know what, to be honest with you, I was so happy when I got all these carrots for like 96 pence, because I literally thought that I was gonna spend over £1 because I got so many, but then I was like, oh my god, I wish I got more, but oh well. I'll get more next time. So those are my top 3 tips for eating good, nutritious food and saving money. And I know a lot of people talk about how eating healthy is expensive, but you know what? It doesn't have to be. And like you've seen, I've shopped all of these things and more. I've not shown you a lot of the stuff that I did actually buy for only £18.91. So you know what, you can have a look at my receipt. I've bought cucumbers and peppers and a couple of other things which I didn't really show you guys. And yeah, I mean, you can see it here. This is my weekly shop of just fruits and vegetables, and this is how much it cost me. So you know what, you can do it too. You can eat good nutritious food and at the same time save money doing it. So you know what? Health is wealth, and at the end of the day, if there's anything you want to be investing your money in, it's your health. So if you haven't already, I have put some more tips and tricks on how to save money in my blog post, which I will link at the bottom in the description, and hopefully you can go and read that, and you can check out more tips on how you can save money on your weekly shopping list. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in my other videos in future. Bye!